Oh, yo, what is going on, guys? It is the DFS Shark. We're back with another day of some baseball, and we do have the NBA playoffs today. We got 2 games on the slate. I'm just going to be going over baseball today because I haven't really looked at the NBA lines yet. I'm going to dive into those this morning, and then I'm going to throw some of those plays in the Discord. But as always, guys, if y'all watch these videos, y'all like these breakdowns, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can be alerted as soon as these videos drop in the morning. I'm dropping a prize picks video like this every single morning, going over my top 2 plays, and then I'm giving you a 5-man flex play with, and the goal of that is to try to hit that 10x and try to really maximize that bankroll. And if you tuned into yesterday's video, as I was going through all of my plays, all of my picks, like three of those plays I think got removed entirely, right? So baseball, they just removed lines completely because these lines are usually set at like 0.5, so they can't really adjust them up or down, so they just remove them completely. It's not like NBA. So if you want these plays as soon as I have them, join the Discord. That is where I post them as soon as I have the plays, so you don't got to worry about them getting removed bumped by the time you see the video, right? The link is going to be in the description and in the comments. I'll drop it in there. It is free to join. Let's dive into yesterday's recap of the plays. Man, here's the thing with baseball, man. You're going to have some ugly nights, right? We had Marsh, we had Varsho. Neither of them could do anything at the plate, right? Neither of them could do anything. Marsh actually put some good balls in play. He had a couple of balls that he hit really hard, just went right at somebody. Varsho just couldn't get nothing going there. The 2-man lost, and then as far as the 5-man, we actually lost every play, right? Hicks didn't end up playing, but these 4, we ended up not coming through. We ended up not cashing on this lineup here, man. That's the good and the bad. I'm always going to show the wins. I'm always going to show the losses. But this is the way it can roll sometimes in baseball, especially if you're playing overs. I usually play a balance of both, but yesterday's lineup just happened to be on all the overs, right? But that's what happens, right? When you're on these overs in baseball, a lot of times these players are going to hit the ball hard. They're going to go right at somebody. They're going to get walked. They're going to strike out. And then if you have lines like, this is one of my favorite lines, total bases, because all we need is a hit, right? But the downside to this line is if they get walked, then it's just a waste of my bat base, because even if they score, you don't get that run. You don't get any run, even if it's a stolen base or whatever the case. But that was yesterday's lineup, man. But if you are looking to get started on prize picks, Chalkboard, drop in either of these codes here. They're going to match you up to 100% match deposit on both of these sites. And then join that Discord. Shoot me a message in the Discord, and I'm going to set you up in the premium for 30 days. Go over here to the Discord. We go to the free play section. This is where I post all the free plays every single day. So it's free to get in here, right? And just kind of get an idea of what I'm on. You don't even have to tell my plays. You can just see what I'm on. You can see what others are on in the community as we're growing. You can see everyone's kind of posting their plays. There's people that are playing, PGA plays, soccer plays, all kinds of plays. So you can get an idea and you can kind of try something different if you wanted to. If you're looking to join and take it to the next level, go to Join Premium here. You can learn more about it, or just go to the dfsshark.com. This is my website where you can learn more about the premium, more about the plays, more about me, and some of the testimonials and everything like that in there from others. But let's dive into these plays, right? Let's see what the optimizer has for us. Let's hit this refresh button. They like Bobby Witt Jr. over 9 fantasy score. Only 1 data point here, so I like to see multiple at least here. We slide on down to Garrett Whitlock. They have him over 4 strikeouts, so you're getting good value here on Whitlock. You got Kim here on the Padres, under 1.5 hits HRR. Fitzgerald over 0.5 total bases. So the optimizer's over on a bunch of plays today. So you can kind of take your pick on what you'd like on these. Do some more research if you want to, but these are all the plays with the top odds to hit on the day. But let's dive into the plays that I'm liking today. So first play, we are going to Pittsburgh. We're going to be going Michael Taylor. And wow, it looks like they've already removed this line as well. So Prizepicks is definitely quicker on MLB than NBA. Like I said, NBA, they can adjust the line. Like NBA, if this was a 10, let's say it was a 20-point line, they can take it down to 19.5. Well, the line I had was half a base on Michael Taylor, so they can't really adjust that. They could take it up to 1 total base, but then that wouldn't even be worth playing at that point. So Michael Taylor over 0.5 total bases. That is the line I'm on. If you can get this on Chalkboard, if you can get this on Sleeper, Underdog, wherever you play, that's going to be the play, Michael Taylor over 0.5. And let's dive into that and why I'm liking this play, right? So over 0.5 bases, So if you go to his last 5 here, he's only hit this at 40%, right? So if you go to his last 10, you're going into 70% here. Last 20, 60% is kind of getting into last season as well. And for the year, though, he has been having a pretty solid year, hitting this line at 75% of the time. You can see he started the year just for basically like a week straight, getting a total base every game. Had a couple of games where he didn't have them, but other than that, he's been very consistent. They're going up against the Mets here, and they got Quintana pitching, who isn't the worst pitcher, right? I wouldn't say he's the best either, but not the worst. Last year, if we're looking at his stats, a 3.57 ERA, 75 innings pitched total on the year, and the strikeouts per 9, 7.14. So he's not on the high side, not on the low side. They have never faced each other in their career here, and you can see versus righties, Quintana actually pitches a little better. I mean, his batting average goes up a little, but slugging and then extra base hits goes down a little. So not a big bump and change in stats between lefties and righty splits. The ERA does go down on righties at 3.12. You see he throws heavy sinker and fastball here. Sometimes Outlier shows you more stuff, sometimes it doesn't. So I use different sites, multiple sites, to kind of dive deep into these plays. Let's go into some of the other ones. So Michael Taylor here, if you go to the projections here, RotoWire has him at 0.9 hits. So they have him just below a hit, which RotoWire doesn't give usually a lot of people a full hit. So you're usually going to be close to that one, usually 0.8 to 0.9. But if we go here, this is one of my favorite sites here. You can really dive deep into the stats here. So you can see for the year, Michael Taylor has been absolutely red hot. 49 plate appearances. He's been hitting 318 with the on-base percentage of 347. He's slugging at 386. OPS of 733. So diving into his percentile rating, because one of the things that stands out to me about Michael Taylor on the year is his barrel percentage. So barrel percentage is basically if you hit a ball over 98, I think exit velocity, that's considered you got the barrel on the baseball, right? And so he's hit this line 14% of the time. He's in the top 15% of the league for barrel percentages, right? So he's squaring up the ball, he's hitting it solid, right? And his average exit velocity is about 89.8. He's in about, the top 40%. So that isn't as high, but the barrel percentage is what really stands out to me because he's really connecting on the ball and seeing the ball well. The only downside I would say with Michael Taylor is he does strike out a lot. You see 36% of his at-bats he's striking out. His whiff percentage is pretty high. But that's what you're going to get with him, right? He's still hitting for a high average. So he's probably going to have a couple at-bats where he's just chasing stuff, swinging out of the zone. But if he can connect at a solid rate. You can see if you look at his spray chart, he's mainly a pull hitter. He's not really going to hit oppo too much. He'll hit some up the middle. But all we need is a base hit from Michael Taylor, right? All we need is a hit up the middle, a hit through the infield, and we'll hit this line here. So Michael Taylor is a solid play. I actually have another player on the Pirates that I'm throwing this in the flex play with, sort of doing a correlation there between the two. But Michael Taylor, that's going to be my first play of the day. And let's go to my next play. Hopefully this play is still on the board. A lot of these plays get taken off. The next one's going to be Ozuna. This one's still here. So I'm liking this play a lot. They're going up against the Astros, Ozuna here. And so let's dive into the stats here. So they're facing Hunter Brown. And if you saw Hunter Brown last game, he didn't even make it out the first inning. He let up I'm not sure how many runs. It was over five plus runs in the first inning of last game. So he's been really struggling. A young pitcher, right? Still trying to find his way. But last year, 5.09 earned runs through 9. So his ERA was really high. One thing about Hunter Brown, that he can't get strikeouts. He throws, 98 plus. And he has some pretty nasty off-speed pitches. But his downside is he can leave a lot of those fastballs right over the plate, which is where hitters are taking advantage of. And Ozuna is a player who's absolutely been red hot, one of the better hitters in the league to start the year. And if we look at his last 5, 80% of the time he's hit this line. Last 10, 90%. Last 20, 70%. Head-to-head at 50%. Before the year, he's hit this line at 80% of the time and a 3.73 average. So a lot of that comes from him hitting well, but also from him just being in a really good lineup. So if we slide down here, you can see he's averaging for the season, he's averaging 1.5 hits per game. So he's been absolutely seeing the ball well, hitting the ball well. No history against Hunter Brown here, but you can see his splits here. pretty even throughout, whether it's a righty or a lefty. But Hunter Brown does jump up against righties on his split here. See, his ERA jumped to 5.77. Batting average jumped up. His home runs per 9 jumped up. And you can see he mainly throws fastballs. Like I said, he can throw some heat, but this is where he gets beat on his fastball. He tries to just rely on it too much. But let's dive into Ozuna's stats. So projection-wise, RotoWire has him at, add these up, right? They got him at about 2 HRR. So RotoWire has him going over this line. And if you dive into the stats here, you can see how good of a year Ozuna is having to start the year. For the year, he's hitting 365. He's already got 7 home runs, 23 hits, and 63 plate appearances. He's scored 11 runs also. So his OBP 412, slugging percentage is 746, and his OPS is 1.158. So you can see here, man, he's absolutely tearing the ball up. If you see his percentile stats, he's basically in the top 2% of every category here. OBA, batting average, slugging percentage. So if you go to his barrel percentage, he's at 95 here. So he's hitting this 17% of the time. He's barreling the ball up. And also he's hardly striking out as well. 17% on the strikeouts, which is very solid. And you look at his spray chart, he's more of a rounded hitter. He has some oppo shots here, but a lot of his home runs come from that left to left center. So if he catches the fastball right over the plate, you know, he can turn on it and drive it, hit it either into this gap or just hit it out completely. You know, it's still early in the year. I don't expect him to keep hitting at this rate, but we're going to ride the hot hand, man. We've been on him a couple of times already this year, and he's came through for us every time we've been on him, and he's got an A+ matchup here against Hunter Brown, so we're going to be all over Ozuna on this one. Those are going to be my top 2 plays, Ozuna, and then we got Michael Taylor as well. For the next play, we're going back to that Pirates game. We're doing a little mini stack here. We're doing O'Neal Cruz, more than a total base. Facing Quintana again, I think the Pirates are just going to absolutely jump on him early in this game. And I'm liking O'Neal Cruz to come through for us here. For my next play, I'm going to be going Tommy Henry here on the Diamondbacks, less than 17.5 outs. So in 3 games he's pitched this year, he has not been able to go over 17.5 outs. I don't think it's going to be any different with the Cubs. His ERA is like around like 5.30, 0.40 for the year. So hitters have been seeing the ball well against him. They've been rocking the ball. The only game he's gone over this line here was against Cleveland, and he went for 18. So I expect the Cubs to jump on him, get some early runs, get his pitch count up. That's the thing. That's the reason I like this line, is because even if a pitcher's pitching well, you know, if a team is working him and they're making him throw pitches, by the time the 5th or 6th inning comes, they might have 80 to 90 pitches already. And most pitchers get pulled around that 100 pitch mark, some even sooner if they get in a jam or something. So I'm liking the under here on Tommy Henry, less than 17.5 pitching outs. And then another player we've been kind of just riding early this year, right? We've been on him multiple times. He's been coming through for us. Jose Siri. He's a player I like. He's a quick player as well. He's fast, so he can hit one of those choppers on the infield and beat it out for a hit, which speed is always to our advantage when we're on this total base line, or any over in general, right? But Siri's a player that's been coming through for us as well. So we're going to keep rolling with him until he proves us otherwise. He's having a strong start to the year as well. But these are going to be my plays for the day. Like I said, Michael Taylor was the only play that got bumped here. But that's going to be it for the plays for today, guys. If y'all like this video, if you like this breakdown, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, drop me a comment if you've been in on any of my tells lately, or if you've been in on any of my plays in the Discord as well. Like I said, join that Discord. It's free to join. I'm gonna throw the link in the description and in the comments. I'm going to drop some NBA lines in there for y'all later today for the playoffs. I'm going to start looking over those here in a bit and kind of find out where the best value is with the 2 games on the slate. Drop in any of these codes, message me in the Discord, and I'll set you up for 30 days in the premium. I just wanted to say I appreciate everyone who's been riding with me on this channel. We just hit 3,000 subscribers the other day. So thank you for being a part of this journey. That's going to be it for this video, guys. I hope y'all have a great rest of the day. Take care.